Hi, thank you, Minister, and thank you for sharing your distress. I think we all share the same distress, and it's day after day, as you said and as Chair said. When we're talking about days, what time frame is the government waiting for in order to make their next move?
Well, we're not waiting for anything. If there is something we can do immediately that would have the impact that we all want, then we will be doing it. And it's I mean, disappointing isn't the right word. It's devastating to see an elected government consciously choose the decisions that it is, having the impact that we all predicted would happen, that Tom Fletcher in the UN said would happen, that NGOs waiting on the border with trucks full of supplies said would happen. All of the major NGOs while I was there, they were all desperate to get. They don't need to have guns to distribute aid in Gaza. They can do this peacefully, at scale, at speed. They could do it immediately. And that's the devastating thing, is that this is just so avoidable. So we're not waiting for something to happen. It's happening. It's been happening already for the last 2 weeks, and and the blockade before that. So if there was a lever we could pull that would have the impact that we want this afternoon, then we would be doing it. And the only people truly who can change the situation now is the government of Israel.
Minister, do you feel that you're pulling every lever?
I think we are, but I think when there is more that we can do, and we're having those conversations constantly internally, then we have to, because as the Chair has said, we're accountable for what we do and don't do, and the choices that we make and the positions that we take, and we can all see, perhaps not as closely as we would like, but we can all see what's happening here, and aid is being withheld, and that should never ever. That should not be what is happening.
Minister, you've talked yourself about we can see what's going on. It would be very helpful to have independent journalists inside Gaza at the moment. Is the government calling for the BBC to be allowed into Gaza?
We think there should be independent reporting, absolutely. The BBC has responsibility for its journalists, and the safety of journalists is something that matters to us as well. And I think really this would be a question for somebody with more expertise in reporting from these kind of contexts. But from what I can gather, should the government there permit this, then there are journalists who would feel confident that they could, with adequate safeguards in regard for their own safety, do more than they're able to do at the moment.